Welcome back to SnowRunner, guys, and today we're going to be having a look at Frog's 1988 Chevy K1500 extended cab Stepside. And frankly, I am partially surprised that I actually got that right the first time, because usually I don't. But anyways, let's go ahead and dive into this truck. Now, if you look at it next to the normal K1500 from the base game of SnowRunner, yeah, you can kind of see a lot of differences, and I don't mean in just the fact that this one's a Stepside. Oh, no. This one's got proper size, well, I don't say proper as in, like, a proper modified look, but, like, proper size tires. It's got giant traction bars. It's got, like, a solid front axle, coilovers. It's got all of these things that I wish you could put on the base model truck, and hopefully it'll be something that'll be a really cool addition to a modded campaign playthrough. So, with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and see what we can do in terms of customization, and then we'll take it out into the testing grounds, take it out on the trail, and see what it's actually like to drive. So let's fire it up. Sounds pretty good. It's not silly fast, which is good, actually. I think the fact that it isn't, like, stupid fast right off the bat probably is better for it in terms of realism. So, let's see. We've got stock, upgraded, and performance. Let's first off go with upgraded, not performance, like, not max. Let's also go with I think first one I'm going to try is a highway transmission. Now, we have two levels of lift. We have our first level, and then we have our second level, which is actually quite high. So, let's see. I think I'm gonna go with the second level, and we're going to also go with, let's see, what do we have? 33s in ATs and boggers. We have 35s in ATs and boggers. We have 37s in ATs and boggers, and then finally we have 43s in ATs and boggers. So, I think first off, since we have the big lift, I'm going to go with the 43-inch boggers just to show you guys what this thing looks like when you take it into basically, like, take it to the ultimate expression of what it could be right off the bat. And then we'll should I install that winch or not? I might. Now, let's see. Wheels-wise, we've got these, what they call all-terrain, and then Genesis, American Forest Genesis. What's interesting about those is they're deep dish, but they're quite small in relation to the 43-inch tires. But, you know, I'm not mad about them. Now, if I was building a version of this truck like on 35s, I would leave these. But I think on this, I might actually go with these just to see how it looks. Now, color-wise, you do have a full range of colors with this mod, which is really, really cool. I'm glad that he included a full range of colors. I mean, but I wonder if, like, is the truck itself supposed to look like it was painted with bedliner? I don't know if that's just, like, a byproduct of how this truck was made, or if it was supposed to look like it had sort of a ridged, like a ridged, like, paint job, or, like, a bumpy paint job. I don't know. That's going to be a question for Frog himself, but that thing looks really, really cool, and I can't wait to take it out and see what it's like. So, let's go ahead and leave the garage and fire it up, see how it does. It's actually a really good looking truck, and I have a feeling that a lot of people that play SnowRunner are really going to like it, and I feel like it's something that they're going to want in their garages. Now, if you want more information on trucks like this, that's something that you can find on Frog's Discord. So, a lot of people ask me, well, why don't you link these mods in the description? Well, it's because I can't actually link to these mods. There's a different avenue that you have to go through in order to get these mods, and you can find more info about that on, like I said, on Frog's Discord. But anyways, back to the test at hand. Now, let's not take out the detour sign like we do on every other mod test. And let's see. Oh, yeah. God, it goes through there with ease, dude. It goes through there with absolute ease. That's awesome. I'm sure it'll do just as well on the hill climb, but let's see. Let's do the slightly steeper hill climb. I'm going to line it up, back it up, and then we'll probably attack it in high first and see how it likes it. Kick the clutch, third gear, high range. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, I lifted for like the last quarter of that hill. I just completely lifted off the throttle because it didn't even matter at that point. God, look at that flex, too. It's kind of hard to show the flex right there, but let's see if I can get it up to a little bit of a steeper obstacle to sort of demonstrate the flex a little better. There you go. Well, There you go. Not bad. Genuinely not bad at all. It looks, not only does it look really good, but it's actually very effective. And I could see it being an extremely effective scout in a modded campaign playthrough. But what's nice about it is that you don't have to go super crazy. You can actually keep this thing pretty low level if you wanted to make it a bit more realistic. Or you could go like super crazy. I don't even have the top engine in it. I have the mid-grade engine in it. Wow, it just walked right up that rock. Most vehicles won't even walk that. I mean, that is extremely impressive. Most trucks will not just walk right up that rock. Most trucks will sit there and spin and spin and spin, and that's about it. Easing it down off this edge, trying not to flip it over. It is diff lock and all wheels always on, so you don't really have to worry about kind of, you know, changing those settings or turning them on and off. But I mean, that's kind of one of those things where some people like to be able to alternate those and other people don't. I kind of like the fact that they're just on because I know I'm going to turn them on anyway. Let's ease it through the rocks real quick, and then we'll head right down into the mud and see what we can do with it. I mean, I'm sure it'll eat up some mud, especially on these boggers. Now, the deep, deep stuff, I'm sure it's going to have a little bit of trouble with that. I mean, most trucks do. I wouldn't be surprised. But, wow, even with, like, just pitching it down that hill, it didn't complain, not even one bit. Third gear, throw it in high. Just let it dig. Oh, yeah, it eats. It absolutely eats mud. At least shallow mud. I haven't tried the deep stuff yet, but come on, high. Go back to high. There we go. Wow, it is struggling. There we go. Now keep it there. Do not bring it back to automatic. Dude, it goes. It gets it done with these boggers. All right, let's try the mud lanes now. Now, I'm sure one of these lanes is probably going to end up sinking it because, let's be honest, it'll probably completely envelop the tire, but... Whoa! Well, lane 1, done. Lane 2, we'll see. Lane 2, well, we very quickly figured out what would happen in lane 2. Now, it'll still work in low, but that kind of... That only goes, like, so far. Now, okay, so low plus actually does make it go faster, though. That's kind of actually quite interesting, because normally low plus in mud that's this deep, normally low plus won't make you go any faster. It'll just make you spin a little bit more. But here it actually gives you a little bit more pace, which is an impressive feat for this truck. Oh, now it's slowing me down. Yeah, now low plus and low are exactly the same speed. Let it climb out. Now low plus is actually making a difference. Okay, so that's actually, it did a little better, actually, than I thought it would. The first sort of mud lane, it actually did a really good job on. One of my favorites now, the flex obstacle. I just wish that these were closer together. It would be a whole lot cooler if these were closer together, and if they were steeper. The suspension has a really good amount of articulation, though. And it definitely moves pretty realistically. I mean, I kind of feel like this is definitely a step up in this suspension, you know, sort of programming, because some of the earlier trucks kind of had a little bit of a weird rebound character, especially when they were rebounding, like, you know, you had that downwards travel of the spring and shock, and they would kind of travel down pretty slow. This truck doesn't seem to exhibit that behavior anywhere near as much. No real high centering issues. I mean, it does kind of scrape the belly of the truck a little bit, but it's not something that I'm going, oh my god, that's such a huge issue. It's more like, yeah, it does it, but it's no big deal. You know, it does it, but it's no big deal, and we're good to go. There we go. Now let's see how it does if we throw it at a jump in high, because it does carry a pretty good amount of pace in high. Not the fastest thing in the world, but... And for the top of the hill, let's go! Oh my god, that is huge. And it continues! I never lifted, by the way. Hashtag never lift. Oh god. Oh god. Ooh! We're alright. We're fine. I think. Normally, you'd be just fine after something like that, right? Right? Wrong, probably, but either way, it makes complete sense that it makes complete sense that we stalled out the engine, but what I'm kind of confused about is why we didn't end up with any actual engine damage. Oh my god, did it really just whip the back end around like that? I mean, that's cool, but I just did not expect it to do it. Yeah, I could totally see using this in a modded campaign playthrough, though. It's a really good truck, and you can set it up in such a way that it's not super OP. I mean, I definitely have it in slightly OP spec right now, but that doesn't mean you would have to set it up that way, and I think that's what a lot of people miss about these mods, is that they see a mod that's like, you know, big lifted truck like this, and they go, like, they rush to the keyboards and they go, ah, it's so overpowered, you're ruining the game! When all reality, sure, you have the option to make it huge like this, but you don't have to. You can also keep the stock engine in it, and even, I guarantee you, this amount of lift with the stock engine would not be very OP, if at all. All right, let's see what we got out of the jump. Oh, God. Come on, camera. Come on, camera. Yeet it. Oh! Oh, my God. We went right over the barrels. Completely and totally over the barrels. And you know what? Came out of it pretty unscathed. No engine damage. No transmission damage. No fuel tank damage. Not even any tire damage. Just a little bit of suspension damage, and that's it. Which is wild to me. I don't know what he did with, like, the damage programming on this truck, but dang, he did something. But if y'all enjoyed this look at this K1500 extended cab, then make sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked this video and you would like to see more, make sure you click that like button, subscribe, turn those notifications on, and I'll see you guys in the next one.